Good day, YouTube. It's the 28th of September, 2023. This is my shop, kitchen. So it takes up, well, the whole space is about 600 square feet, which is pretty valuable shop space. It is a mess. We're addicted yard sale people, and all this yard sale stuff still has to get put away. But anyway, this is I love having a kitchen space at my shop. It is important to me to have a place because I do like to cook and bake. But as a prepper, this is our place. Should hit the fan kind of deal. So this stove runs on propane. It's got its own propane tank, 5-gallon propane tank, and this stove, my really cool 100-plus-year-old Monarch, is wood, and the thermometer isn't back to 0 yet, but I also burn paper trash and wood scraps and such in it for comfort heating and so forth. And yeah, griddle we just fixed on YouTube. Here's what we're looking at today. Look at this drawer. No matter what kind of house you have or something, you've got a drawer like this because you've got your plastic wrap, your aluminum foil, your parchment paper, and that kind of stuff all in one drawer. And my other drawers are just full of stuff. I know I should probably clean them out and purge these things a little bit, but they're just so full to get stuff out. My big spatula is for my griddle, and I need to purge a little bit, and I'm going to purge a little bit. I'm starting with this drawer. Here's my plan. I have this pantry over here, and I do love this pantry. Everything in this shop, by the way, was a yard sale, marketplace, Craigslist kind of find, including these cabinets, which are a matched set. Got them for cheap, including that. This is all yard sale. So this stove was $50. Okay, I can't remember what we paid for the cabinets. We'll call it $100. We got this island that my wife found it somewhere. I can't remember where. Got a butcher block top on it. It's awesome for baking on. It's really cool. I need a perch it too, but it's got drawers and stuff in it. Attached to the side was this spice cabinet. I'm just showing you all kinds of fun stuff. I love this spice cabinet. Okay, it's one of my favorite things. It really is. It's got cool stuff on it. Certainly vintage, probably not antique, but I love it. I moved it over and put it on the door of this pantry cabinet. Now, if you notice, this pantry cabinet has these metal shelves, and there's a gap, which means there's space on this side. You can see I've already put a paper towel rack here. My plan is, though, to build a rack on the back of here that holds boxes of foil, saran wrap, parchment paper, that kind of thing. Maybe 4 or 5 places to set, not the ones like you can get at the grocery store, but I actually went on Amazon and ordered some of the biggest boxes commercially sold of those items that you can get. Way back in the day, my grandmother had a little pantry, and she had the big boxes, and she'd have to take a few steps to get into her big pantry, which was a room. It's actually kind of a utility room, and she'd have those big boxes. Well, you'd never run out. You'd always had it. You always knew where it was, and you didn't have to fight them in the drawers. So that is a project I want to make. Let me show you how we're going to start it. I acquired this pallet yesterday, and usually they bang these nails in with an air nailer so hard that you're not getting them out without ruining the boards anyway. So I'm drilling them out with a hole saw. I'll show you one anyway. And I got a couple of them out. Yeah, they're going to be a little rough looking. We'll sand them down a little bit, make them look like something, and maybe we can stain them or something just for kicks and giggles. But I think I will start off using these. Are a good width. And let's make it look a little rustic, shall we? I'll put you in a stand. I'll drill this one out, just show you how I'm getting these out of here. And I can't start to build it until all the boxes arrive, so I build them proper size. They can be a little big. I don't want it to be bigger than necessary. I don't want them to be too small. And I'll need the boxes here and there. Should start arriving maybe even today. All right. All right, let's commence the drilling. Just going to drill off to the side of the nail. I've tried to drill the nail. That doesn't work. It's a 7/8 hole saw. Usually catches the nail. In this case it did. I'm going to clear the hole saw. Alright, I drilled a bunch of them out. Almost done with this board. Takes longer to clean the hole saw than the drilling. And it catches the nail, which is fine. Rustic. Alright, I'm going to get this last one off here. I'll cut this up, burn it in the wood stove. Alright, I just got sander out. Just kind of roughing these up a little bit. Knock the edges off. Not trying to make them perfect. They're never going to be. It's just old pallet wood. Right? Usable. I did this last one, which is questionable anyway, but yeah, and then we'll be back at it. Amazon delivered. I am just waiting for the foil, but I got these boxes so I can proceed with my design. So picture this going on the wall. So like the parchment paper would come straight out and then down to cut it. Oops. Like that. Down. Okay, plastic wrap. So I got two because that's the bargain, I guess if you will. And it's probably what it will use most often. So this says the cutter is inside the roll. Again, all this is on Amazon. You can look at the brands and look it up yourself. So here's the cutter. It's probably taped. Trying to figure out how these work. So I optimize the build here. And I think it comes through this here. So I've been trying to work it, just being real careful so I don't open it in a wrong way. Or bend the box or whatever, trying to be nice to it. It says break perforation and bend back. Okay. I threw some wood in my fireplace like hours ago. There's a safety tip for you. They've been in there for hours. When I was cutting this pallet wood and I cleaned up my mess, it's starting to smolder in there now. I mean, it's fine in the stove. It's where it's supposed to be, but stuff can happen. Okay. So I could probably tape this back and this will point outwards. Yep. Now let's put this cutter in onto the box. Does it go there? Does it tell me? Well, I'll be back. Right, I don't think it's as difficult. I'll just read the instructions and insert this into the box. So I think this goes out here. And we'll tuck it into the box. There. And this comes out of the little slot. Like that. And then this goes like that. Oh, sweet. Okay, we got it. So I can store one like on the top or the bottom. I'm going to make a couple extra slots for this. So I guess I don't need too much other than this needs to go together. We need to have a shelf and then something across the front to keep it from pulling out. And I'll put like 1x2s on the wall, set these up beside it and throw a couple screws in, a few screws in from the side. That way this can be removed and such. All right, so let me grab a tape. All right, done a little bit of calculating. So I think we're gonna make this thing 25 inches long. Okay, so we'll be able to cut the tops and bottoms off of these two sideboards, cleaning them up substantially. And I'll need 1x2s to mount to the door so I can screw these to it. And so I'll have two 25-inch 1x2s. Okay. We'll have 5 shelves going across. We're going to make them 14 inches wide because these boxes are roughly 12. Okay, so that'll give us each an inch on each side, so they don't move around too much, but plenty of room to get them in and out. We'll put a shelf across. It'll be a 1x4. Okay, and we'll put the 1x4 up to the front of this board, and then put a 1x2 across it so they don't pull off. Okay. So that should give, should be 1.5 inches, so it'll cover the board plus 3/4 of an inch up. Let's see, that it will cause an interference with these cutters. Let me think that through just a little further. So let's just say we've got some options on the plastic wrap. Because this cutter's on the bottom, if I put that lip across there, it's going to block it. So we'll end up putting it up on top. We'll either use 1x2 and move it down, or we use a 1x4. We could also, you know, put the parchment paper and the foil up on top and put a 1x4 going across to hold the parchment paper on the bottom and the food wrap on the top up here. You still be able to get it in, but it won't pull out. That's the idea. So we'll get it built, we'll get these set in, and we'll make that decision as we go. So I I actually cruised around town hoping to find some other pallets so we could build this whole thing out of pallet wood. Everybody seems to be protective of their pallets and they throw them in the garbage. I couldn't get any that I could find. So I'm gonna go get a 1x2, two 1x2s, and a 1x4, and I'll be back and we'll build this today. Let's cut this wood. I decided to make these 26.5. That'll give it about 25 inches, and all the compartments will be the same size. Whatever. Okay, now we're going to cut 1x2s the same length. So I'll mark this 26.5, 26.5. We'll mark it from the other side. 26.5. And we'll cut it. If it'll fit. Dang, going this way. Now we need to cut our shelves, and they are going to be 14. All right, this is the last one. We need 5, right? Or do we need 6? Anyway, better start the compressor so we can get the brad nailer going. All right, I moved you to the other side. I think first thing we'll do is get these attached. So, got the brad nailer handy. I'm gonna shoot 1.25" brads. Okay. Okay. Next. I'm just picking the side that I want to show is all. Okay. That's like that. We're gonna have the shelves come all the way out to the front. Almost not a big enough bench. Okay. Like a show. All right. So let me measure this out, get some lines drawn there so I know where to line these up. All right, I've squared this up about as good as it's gonna get. For what we're building here, it'd be just fine. So I need to attach the top and bottom ones first. So I got something to measure off of. All right, that's gonna be the top. Finish side up. All right. Prepare to assemble. Can I get a little more hose on the stuff here? Right. Now we'll do the top. Are you in my way? There we go. Finish side up. Flush to the front, flush to the top. Coming around, coming around. All right. All right, now I'll get these dimensioned out, get the bottom of this board nailed so everything's running true. Bring it right back. All right, it was a bit fiddly to get all those in there, but yeah, I put a line every 5 inches, lined that up to the top of the shelves. So we've got good spacing in here. We've got, more than an inch to spare. We're not gonna put these boards across till we fit everything, but we still gotta finish nailing these all down. I think I'm gonna make some lines so I don't get off on them at all. And yeah, just so that I don't miss with a nail. So from here up, it's 5 3/8, 10 3/8, 15 3/8, 20 3/8. I put a little mark, put my pencil on it, draw a line, put my pencil on it, draw a line. Now I've lined up all my brads. Real nice. Nothing jumps out, makes a mess. And we'll drop 3 more brads. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, there we go. So this is looking pretty good at this point. We need to get those rolls and understand how I'm going to get this trim across the front of each one of these so they don't come out, right? And we'll drill some holes in the boards that are going to screw it to the door that we can access with a drill. So it's coming right along. Let me go get the rolls. All right, let's see what this looks like now. So if I put one across here, that's going to keep that in place. Cutter's up there, right? So we can pull it straight out. And then we cut it like that. So this is good. Now, can't put it on the bottom for the plastic wrap, but I could put it here. It would allow it to come out. Seems a little stuck for the minute, but probably takes 2 hands. I think we're okay to put this across this top. We might screw this in, guys and gals. Then I can remove the screws to change out the wrap. Okay, I think we'll do that. And I think for the bottom, we'll just use it for storage for this spare one that I have, so that it will store there. If I don't put it in here, I'll forget I own it, right? It'll be gone forever. Okay, so we'll have one spot for that. I'll cut these to fit, full width. We'll drill a hole in them, and we'll put a screw in them on all of these. That way they're, oops, that goes on the bottom, adjustable. Sound like a plan? Sound like a plan. And then we got one more for foil, we got one for storage, and then if I do wax paper or something, it can go here. Okay? Good. All right. Let me cut these. All right, we are cutting these 15.5. This is number 5. I think that's all we're gonna need. I'm gonna grab the sander real quick. Just sand the ends down so there's no splinters, and then we'll drill some holes in them. Get it? So what I did is drilled one of these, so it's 1.5 inches wide, so 3/4 the center. Then I came in 3/8 from the end and marked my hole. I drilled them with a really small bit and then went through with like a 3/16 or whatever it is. Then I'm just using this one as a pattern to drill the rest of them. We'll go right through that hole that I drilled and drill out the other one. Okay. Okay, let me make a little room and we'll work on it. All right, I got them all drilled, got some screws ready. Little Torx head, 1 inch long wood screw. Really doesn't need to be that long. top one. And then we'll have to check this one before we put it on, so we get it at just the right spot. All right, just the right spot. Come on, go, buddy. I can't push any harder. Okay, get it started. Right, and I set this bottom one in there just to make sure, you know, everything goes in nicely. Has a tester. That's cool. That's cool. And then just storage up here. Yeah, I think we're getting there. I think we're getting there. So, let me see what's next. I vote we throw some black paint on it. What do you think? That's what we're gonna do. All right. Kind of a majority around here. You ever get the feeling this can's not gonna make it? I mean, it's like mostly full, but not sure if it's gonna spray to the end, you know what I mean? She's dying. Come on. We might have to finish this with different paint. Oh, I'll fight this for a minute. All right, we're finishing it up with Rust-Oleum because, well, that's what we got. Right? All right. I think that's going to do it, boys and girls. Nothing left now but to put it in. I have a like a paper towel holder and stuff mounted at that door. I'm gonna go take all that stuff off because I don't use it anyway. Make room for this. So here we go. Guys, here it is installed on the back side of my pantry door here at my shop. And as you can see, it worked out really well. I did not have this 1,000-foot roll of aluminum foil at the time I did this, but the sizing was great. I had to just pull the front support thing off to slide her in there, and it's fine. So yep, we can pull this out and do that. This is a 800-foot roll of plastic wrap, and the parchment paper, that's a 240-foot roll of parchment paper. And this is some I've actually had in my drawer, but it's 200 feet, so it's sizable. And this is my extra because I bought a 2-pack 800-foot of plastic wrap. So it's all good to go. Good design. Again, we made it out of a pallet, and I have $7 in the lumber. So I have a total of $7 in this thing. It looks good. It works good. It's very organized. I now have commercial sizes of all the stuff that I use out here, and quite honestly, some of this stuff is probably a lifetime supply, but I don't like running out, and I just hated going into that drawer for this stuff. So this is a solution inspired by my grandma, and we finally got one built. Been wanting to do this my whole life, so to speak. So guys, thanks for watching, comment, and subscribing. Thumbs up on the way out the door. We're going to see you guys on the next video.